Today we're going to do just a little recap of 39 hours, talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to do a couple more scuff hacks because people kind of liked it. Didn't get me any views, but people really liked it. So okay, I'm going to give some real hardcore little tricks, man, that work for me, little scuff hacks. But first of all, let's talk about Tackle Box Lottery, our team sponsor for 39 hours. I talked to Wrong Species George, the prez of Tackle Box Lottery, and he was asking me, he wants to do some prize giveaways. So that's what the lottery is all about. You get prizes when you subscribe. Right now your odds are pretty high. They're not like in the millions of subscribers, so like you'll probably have a good chance of winning. And I suggested that you put some Swiss Chalet certificates, gift certificates in the boxes, and he said, I don't know if that's a good idea. And I said, why? He said, well, it's not really fishing related. And I said, well, you asked for my input and that's what I had to say. And then he said, all right, so we're gonna put some chicken certificates in these tackle boxes for your lures. No chicken in there. I said I wanted chicken. He said not chicken. We're not gonna actually put chicken in. So why not? He said, yeah, put certificates in it. Okay? I said, okay, we'll put certificates in. So yeah, if you happen to win one, I'd love to go eat with you. Come to Toronto if you want, and I'll go eat with you, or just go eat it in wherever you're from. But if you're willing to come to Toronto, I'll go there and eat with you. We'll shoot a vid even. We'll shoot us eating, and then maybe we'll go for fish. I don't know. Let's think about it. Next up, something like this. This is a great idea. Good chicken. Not for chalet, but it's not bad. Next up, let's talk about our teams out there. Okay, so let's talk about 39 hours, the second episode, a little recap. Maybe we'll talk about our strategy. So Paulie and I said we'll spend a little time on the Lakers early, but then we're like, I don't think these are gonna be big enough kind of thing. They don't really show that on camera, but we were talking about that. And let's go for the garbage. We're in Paul's backyard. He's fished there his whole life, and he's a master at sight fishing these fish, and he catches them by eye. His eyes are phenomenal. He's using something like this. This is a great idea. Something bright and light. This is a Kaelin's grub, little Kaelin's head. We caught tons of fish on something like this. He was actually using like a marabou jig, so it's like a head that you kind of cast. I think it was like a 16th or 8th with a very puffy tail. Or a grub tail like this is awesome too, because you can kind of see it where you're throwing in relation to where you can see the fish. And that day was really gray, so seeing your bait was key. You see Paul mentioned that because the tail's kind of big and the head's kind of small, so it's glidey, and it keeps it up above their head. The fish were kind of suspended, especially the drum. And let him do his thing on the site. He's gonna pick the individual fish, and I'm just going for some random stuff. I end up catching, I don't know, really big gizzard shad over a wall. We were lucky to get it. Really light line. Cute. This is light line, the soft rod, so you can really kind of throw it far. And Paulie went on a tear. Let him do his thing. Me, hopefully I catch a random thing while I'm talking all kinds of nonsense. And you know what? The strategy is working. That garbage shad was worth as much as that fancy 42-inch beautiful Laker from Cree Lake Lodge that the Conrads were at, where they flew into. Okay, so that's what's beautiful about this tournament. It's like you can fly there, but I could go down a sewer down the road, and catching some garbage is worth the same. So hopefully our strategy pays off, because you know they ate up a lot of time flying and all that kind of crap. So yeah, we're in Paulie's backyard. This is his forte. We're on his water, and let's just do what we can do and come through. You know, we fought a lot. They didn't show a lot on camera, but we've been old friends. He's really deadly. I believe in him. He believes in me. Somehow we work as a team, and we're always friends in the end, you know, so which is good. So we kind of battle through. We go through ups and downs like real brothers, but yeah.
So much love,
so much hate.
So much frustration. It's not hate, it's frustration.
Frustrado.
And lucky we left those Lakers and made that move. As for Jay and Aaron, well, they're doing well. They're doing well. They got a real fancy fish finder. Those Garmin's are unbelievable. We don't have one yet. Love to get it. I need 2 of those. They're unbelievable. You can see what species and where the fish are at and how they're relating to the way you're working your bait. Unreal. So the fish finder is definitely helping their pattern, but they're good fishermen as well. So the tools plus fishing ability, unreal. And they're tearing it up, chipping away at fish that they're seeing individually on that screen. So it's like, oh no, they're definitely a threat. Eric and Peric, oh boy, they're having a bit of a rough go. One of my favorite parts is right here where Eric tries to cheer Peric up. Check this out.
AP seems to be a little bit in the dumps, but that's okay. Because I think if we get him a Happy Meal at McDonald's, it's gonna change everything. Oh man, that was painful.
That was painful.
Peric was really in the dumps, man. And another part that I really liked was Peric and Eric catch this monster 22-inch smallmouth when the camera wasn't rolling.
Way back to the dock. Fish doesn't count. We decided to just stop and see. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. 22 inches.
Oh man. Oh man, they're getting a little bit scuffed. So they haven't been through the process of 39 hours like we have, so our skins are a little bit thicker, and we've been through the experience, and it is an experience. It's grueling. Day after day, it chips away at your mental spirits, and you get tired, and you have to kind of dig deep. Day 3 is a real grinder. So if you think it's hard now, it's gonna get harder, boys. Oof, you gotta dig deep. Also, what else do we have to say? Yeah, well, that's about it. I hope you're liking it. We got Paul and I kind of got a hate club going and a love club. So what I have to say about that is, you know what, I'm not going to focus on the negatives. I'm just going to do me, and we're just going to do us. You know, we're going to do our thing and be positive. You know, if you listen to all the haters, you get paralyzed by fear and won't do anything, kids. So just, you know, be yourself, be happy. Life's too short to worry about things you can't control. Here it is, Scuff hack number 1. And this is a drop shot rig I use for pike, believe it or not. And what I've done is, it's really cool. See that? It's one of those spin shot hooks. It's got the double swivel. And what I do is use a nice thin wire, real soft and supple thin wire leader. I buy these at Canadian Tire actually. They're like $3.99. I think they're Red Wolf or whatever. This is like a 30 pound maybe. That's a bit thick in my opinion. I like those 12 pound. They're really thin. Yeah, they bend up a little bit sometimes. You have to change them every so often. But man, it's so supple from when you're fishing for pike. The beauty of this rig with that spin shot hook is you can put anything on the bottom end. You can use 6 pound test, 4 pound test to your drop shot weight. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And then you can just take this off and make it longer, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's this end that you need, because that's the one, if it gets bit through, it's gone. So why I have this is you could actually use this with bass too, and you got a lot of pike and you keep getting bit off, or anything with toothy fish around. But sometimes when the water's kind of muddy, this drop shot rig for pike is deadly. And you can put live minnow there too, really good for ice fishing. You can put anything there. But I like, you know, flukes, anything minnowy. It's great for break walls in Toronto Harbor. When the water's cold, also really slow. Like drop shot is one of those underused things for toothy critters, man. It can be so effective. And it's also good for when you're fishing other fish and you still can use a nice presentation without getting bit off. Scuff hack number 2, Deuce Bigelow, is really simple, okay? And it's just the way you rig something, and it's really innovative. This is like a Gamakatsu wide gap hook with a weed guard, fairly big. I wish I knew the number, which size that is. And what I'm gonna take is, I learned this actually from Nishine. Like I always like to bring him up, but he's just a genius, good friend of mine, and he brought this prototype out to me. This is that jumping catfish I have in one of my videos, but this is actually the bigger one. I wish I had that when I was shooting the video. I'm going to shoot a video with Master Nishine this year. Okay, like it's just so awesome to fish with him. His designs and concepts are just brilliant. So this is a jumping catfish. It's actually called Nishine Namazu. Okay, this is a 5-inch catfish, and he spends a lot of time making the right rubber, man. This rubber's so good, and it's kind of heavy, dense, and it's kind of salted. And this thing skips like a gem. Has this little teasy tail. Woohoo! Unreal. What he does is he necky rigs it, he calls it, and he puts it behind. See these ears right here? Puts it behind the ears, kind of through the center, and then we put this weed guard back down over it. This thing was so deadly. I can't wait to shoot with them and do a legit vid. Like, I'm gonna go legit this year, man. I'm gonna get proper cameras, some underwater footage. Like, I gotta step up the game. When I got good product and friends like this, man, I gotta step up the game. So what happens is when you rig it like this, we'll get underwater footage later in the year. You'll throw that. This is so good for when we have like weed growth on our docks and like a Senko or something will get lost. This thing, when you pull it like this, necky rig, the thing will swim, woo, and glide up over the weed tops and then dive back down, woo, and swim and glide. It's unbelievable, the action on this bait. There's another couple baits that you could use like this. I think there's one by Kitech, and there's another one. It's kind of like a worm kind of thing with a tail like that, but it doesn't have the weight. This thing you can cast a mile. It's like, oh, the most innovative thing, and it's just so deadly. If you see, he's made the one side kind of flat, and the body's kind of round here. This thing just skips like miles, better than a Senko. It's unreal. It's like effortless, and I can just put it anywhere I want. So the vid's gonna be ridiculous. Also, you can necky rig it. I'll put a swivel up high. We'll also do that later in more detail. But we put a swivel up high, he showed me, and then we put a drop shot hook and necky rig it again. And when you have that weight there, what it does is, when you pull it, it'll swim around in circles. Pew, 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 pew. So teasy, so unbelievable, so simple. Just like hook it through the neck. A typical wacky rig hook, and put it through the neck. The old necky rig. So simple, right? Scuff hacks, man. I like easy stuff that's dangerous. And those are the two that I really feel are real easy and really dangerous. Just a couple little tweaks. Good night. Lights out. Game over. Okay. Hope you liked 39 Hours episode 2. Can't wait to see you next week. I'm almost at 4,000 subs. Man, this last 1,000's been like eons to get to. I'm still not at 4,000, but this last 1,000, so hard. I don't know. Maybe subscribe, help me out here and there. But, or maybe I gotta just upgrade my videos. Who knows? But I'm almost there at 4,000. But it's been a hard last 1,000. Holy cow.